and so, I do a lot of that. Huh?
No, it almost sounds like a stutter.
Well, that's all right. It'll give us some time to.
You kind of right.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Work that fine.
All right, I'm gonna start on my side.
Okay.
That would be Boone.
Do you see anything?
Look, why don't you go over there with Bentley?
Where I can start is in Pennsylvania. A fellow named Squire Boone had a house full of kids, and he moved from Pennsylvania to North Carolina. And one of his kids' name was Daniel Boone. Everybody's heard that, right? Okay. Daniel had an older brother named Jonathan. That's where we come from. Daniel Boone is your uncle. So many generations back. There's some skips in there because I don't know what they are. But if I had that paper, I could tell you. Granddaddy Boone, you know Granddaddy. No, you don't.
None of us do.
No, nobody here knew Granddaddy.
Mike might have. I don't know.
No. He died when I was 7. So.
Nope.
I can take off from a fellow named Festus. No. Yeah, well that's close enough. Festus. And his son's name was Bright. Bright Boone was his name. And that is where Granddaddy Boone come out of that Bright Boone. They were all he was born. Granddaddy Boone was born somewhere around Dover, Tennessee. Okay. Nanny Boone was born in Cuba Landing, which ain't there no more. It's underwater.
Really?
With Johnsonville.
Cuba, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's underwater.
Oh,
They backed the river up on top of it. Yeah.
okay. I just remember as a kid driving back and forth, I would see the sign.
Yeah.
It's the sign's still there, I
You
think.
see the sign for the landing part.
Oh, okay, okay.
Is that the TVA stuff? Is that what you're talking about, or before
No,
that?
it's Corps of Engineers, but the Kentucky Dam,
Uh-huh.
Kentucky Lake, that's up, set on the top of Cuba Landing right now.
Oh, okay.
So she was born in Cuba Landing, and somehow they got together between Dover and Cuba Landing, and they ended up down in McNairy County. Y'all know where McNairy County is?
That's where Walking Tall is
There
from,
you
isn't
go.
it?
Pusser.
Buford Pusser.
But Granddaddy and all of his brothers and sisters were in McNairy County, and they were sharecropping. Everybody know what sharecropping is?
Yeah.
Okay. So they decided, for some reason, they left McNairy County, but Mama was born while they were in McNairy County. Your grandmother. And they decided to move from McNairy County, and they ended up in Fairview. And all of them stayed in Fairview, but my granddaddy, his name was General Forrest Boone. That make any sense to anybody?
No.
No? Civil War General?
I thought it, yeah, now I hear it. Now I know.
Nathan Bedford Forrest.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he was, I guess back in the day, she just named people after the war. So, and I lose place sometimes too. Okay. Granddaddy and Nanny moved up here to the house. You remember the house? Yeah, okay.
On Charlotte.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sat back in the holler.
Back in the day, I could throw a rock and hit it. It's the next house Going that way from Michael.
Side of Strickland's.
And if you look, there's a great big ass oak tree about that big around in the front yard, and that was in the yard of Nanny's house.
Okay.
You wanna go
Wait a minute. No.
Well, that's
You said McNary County?
Yeah, McNair County.
That's
No.
where Nanny was born.
Yeah, no. Grandma always wanted to go to McEwen. She said she grew up in McEwen.
I'll back up to that in a minute.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, I'm getting ahead.
Okay. So, Granddaddy comes up here and, as a farm, Uncle Elton and Mama were
You know, I used to walk
born
up
in
there every
McNair
day.
County, and Uncle Barney didn't.
And it's snow.
You're back.
Both ways.
I'm lucky. It
So,
feels like you were there for a year. Sorry.
okay. Granddaddy's sharecropping on his place is about 210 acres of it.
Yeah.
It was from a, when the soldiers mustered out of the Revolutionary War, you know, way a long time ago,
Yeah.
they didn't have money to pay them, so they would give them property.
Right.
And Mr. Howes, HOWS, you remember that house, do you?
But
Where's you house? Okay. So, a fellow named Cox married one of the house girls. That's who owned this property where we are. So, Mr. Cox goes to Granddaddy and says, why don't you just buy us off instead of sharecropping? He said, I can't afford that. Now this is 1924 or 25. He said, I can't afford that. He said, go back and look at your records and see. When he did that, he understood that he could buy it. The way he was gonna finance it was, he sold him the whole 210 acres for $23,000 and gave him 20 years paper, which he did. Sure, he did truck farming. That's what we did when I was a kid, we truck farming. So, Granddaddy's got the property. Uncle Barney's born here. In the holler up there, there was two houses. If I remember the two houses in the holler.
I remember one of them at least.
Okay. Uncle Elton and Aunt Sue lived in one of them, and my mom and dad lived in the other. And I don't know if there's any red past hands or not, but when he now, this is for the white family here, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Everybody, all y'all wonder what was wrong with your daddy. Right or wrong?
No, I knew there was something wrong with my daddy.
What, we were living in McEwen, we were running a filling station in McEwen, Tennessee.
What have they done?
I was.
And the drive-in movie was in Waverly, so we're going from McEwen to Waverly watching a drive-in movie. It's winter time.
Really, pants by his ankles.
One of you at a time.
Ridley's pants are out down by his ankles and he's peeing off the back.
Okay.
And the little girls was great.
Oh.
All the girls are out there. He's a
All right,
Smith.
we were going to the movie, and I was young enough that Mama was still holding me on her lap. Dan and Bob were in the back seat, and you know how kids are, they fight. Well, they were fighting, and at that time, Daddy owned one of the Lincolns where the door opened backwards. You know what I'm talking about. Well, one of them hit the damn latch, and the door come open on the driver's side. And my brother Dan was hanging on the door. and he fell off the door and was rolling down the avenue.
Oh, Lord.
And a Greyhound bus followed us.
Oh, no.
And by the time Daddy got stopped, well, by the time Mama was jumping out of the damn car with me in her lap and got the car stopped, the bus driver had already stopped and picked him up and was bringing him to the car. And said it was all bloody mess, all in his mouth, had a skin place all around the top of his head because he had one of them snow bunny suits, you know, zip it all the way up.
Uh-huh.
And Mama said, we gotta take him to the doctor. Might be something wrong with his tongue. And Danny says, I don't know, doctor. So,
Sounds about right.
ain't no wrong with his tongue. So that's what happened to, I'm not saying, that's just a little story.
I know.
But your Uncle Bob, the mechanic kept one of them 6-ounce Coca-Cola bottles in his toolbox where he could prime carburetors with it. Okay?
Okay.
Bob's out in the garage and he snatches that damn Coca-Cola bottle, and before they get it away from it, he's turned it up.
That's what's wrong with him.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
To be nice.
but
that's what's wrong with
Daddy
him.
said, he said I started beating on him and finally got him to breathe. So that's what happened to him.
Okay.
Now what happened to you?
Well, I was gonna ask what happened to Daddy. My daddy, what's wrong with
Now,
him?
he come along too late for all this shit. I will tell you a tale on him though.
Yeah, you should.
Okay. I was senior in high school, and Michael was 2 or 3 years old, just walking, you know. So I give him a big bag of beer and I'm gonna go fishing. Mama said, take him with you. Okay, so I think me and him goes. Y'all know where Shoney used to be over there? That's where we were fishing before they cut it
That's
off.
what Harbor River used to be.
Yeah.
So we're sitting there fishing, and I open up a can of beer, and I get up, cause I got a bite and I'm trying to catch fish. And little shit's got a beer and done got it open and running up the bank drinking it.
That's what's wrong with him.
He just like to have a good time.
That happened 4 or 5 times before I could quit fishing and get him back home, but he was drunker than a skunk.
I bet. What did Grandma say about that?
One beer?
Did Grandma beat your ass red?
Well, yeah. No, Patty was the one that was the baddest at me, and we were just dating. So, yeah, it was I don't know if I can say this word in here now.
Yeah, you can.
Jimmy House, Jimmy House.
Yeah.
Okay. He comes down to see Daddy, and he's got a laborer with him. At that time, most laborers were black. Right? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
And this little shit right here pulls on Daddy's pants leg and said, Daddy's a nigger.
I am turning red.
Where did you learn that from?
So, yeah, we were taking our shit, but I was, Daddy said he looked up one day and I was right in the middle of Highway 70, there was a damn truck coming, and I was walking across our hands. He said he almost didn't get to me in time. We were rolling off the other side of the road, street.
Yeah, I heard that story. Dad said he felt the wind off the truck on his feet.
Hmm.
Dad said he felt the wind.
Yeah,
Of the
yeah,
truck
that was
on his
that
feet.
was that close. But the man that owns the filling station, his name was Reeder. R-E-E-D-E-R, lived in Dixon. If you go straight through Dixon, it was the Yellowstone on the right before you get back to the bypass. But I would sit on the front porch, and he'd get out of his car and come toward the store. And, Mama said he'd always stop and speak to me. How you doing today? You know who I am? I just stand there and stare at him, you know. He reached in his pocket, come out with a quarter. I say, thank you, Mr. Reader. But I also got the nickname Kalijah from doing that. You know, the old wooden Indian that was on the front porch, sitting there, couldn't do nothing. I spent a lot of time sitting out on the front porch. And that's the filling station, I'm sitting on the front porch. And down here, Forks, I sit on that front porch. Where was I? Granddaddy Boone's bought the property from Mr. Cox. We were going to Carthage for some reason. I'm just 7 years old when this happens, and I'm sitting in the back seat with Granddaddy and Nanny. Well, Granddaddy just kind of just faded out, so we didn't make it where we were going. Daddy, like to burn the tires off the car, get back to National Baptist Hospital. But I'm thinking he died from that one. They said he had hardening of the arteries. Now you know what cholesterol buildup. Mm-hmm. Yeah. He was 57. I used to go before we started truck farming, and before I ever started school. I would spend the night with Granddaddy and Nanny, and I'd get up and go to the market with Granddaddy, and he'd always have something to take a bird sale. And I always thought he was one of the big shots up there, you know, run shit.
Yeah.
So when 7 o'clock or whatever time it was, he'd pull a seat up and get his hard hat out, put his hard hat on, go up to the little cabin where they kept all his cleanup shit, and they're just sweeping all that stuff. Well, see, I thought he was a humdinger, you know. I'm going to work with my father, with my granddaddy. That hat is in the basement.
I wonder where that went.
Michael, would you like to hang it on your wall over there?
Right outside.
Huh?
Right outside.
Why not?
Wait, I'll blow it up.
Okay. But if you want it, you can have it. It's in the basement somewhere. But I was old enough that we were starting to truck farm ourselves before I realized that he was just a damn custodian. But he died when I was 7, and it's not much more. Well, yeah, Mom and Daddy ran off and got married in Frankfort, Kentucky. I knew they eloped.
Yeah.
Somebody asked Daddy, where'd you find that pretty woman? He said, well, he said, I was driving out Charlotte Pike one day and there was a damn mud hole and the damn mud was moving, so I stopped and pulled it up, cleaned it off. Said, didn't look too bad, so I married her.
And that was on her 21st birthday, right?
Yeah, they got married on her 21st birthday. So he didn't have, so Daddy didn't ask for her hand. He just did it, you know. I did the same thing. No way in hell I was gonna ask $100 for his daughter. Ain't no way. So they changed the laws. What was it, from 8? Vietnam War going on, everybody raising hell about this and that. If they're old enough to die, they're old enough to vote, so they dropped the vote age to 18. Of course, you can buy whiskey and beer and everything. we got married during that time. She was 20, and I had already turned 21, and she didn't turn 21 until 22 days after we got married. So, okay, what are we missing on Mama's side?
So when did they move up here into the gas station? Are we there yet? We might not even be there yet.
Mama is working at the Isaac Company. This is what it actually meant. They were both working at the Isaac Company.
And still down there.
Is that the scissor place?
I don't know if they're not. Beverly Bridie building where Isaac Company used to be, I think.
Didn't they make
No,
thermometers?
there's part of it still on the river.
Or,
Really?
I got
Okay.
Didn't they make thermometers and stuff?
Yeah, they made thermometers and syringes and.
Medical stuff.
Yeah, Daddy ran the needle hub machine, the lathe. And, when his draft papers would come in, the guy up in the office would put, deferred on it and send them back in. And he said he got tired of everybody calling him 4F, because everybody knew he was amazed to go to service.
yeah.
So he said, I told the foreman, I said, next time you get my papers, bring them to me. He said, why? He said, just bring the damn things to me, please. When he did, they took and pulled him up, shit can him. He was drafted, and about 15 more days, he got drafted. And at that time, they would draft you, and they would ask you if you wanted to go to the Navy or the Army. Daddy was Navy. So,
That was World War II.
World War II.
Okay.
Uncle Barney was a Grid.
Okay.
Got his,
You got his jacket?
I got his jacket down there.
It hung in the basement for a long time. They called it the Eisenhower jacket.
Too short.
Short waisted
Yeah.
thing. Daddy, when he come back when he got out of the Navy, he went in the gas business, pumping gas. And him and another guy bought into a filling station that was on, everybody know where Murphy Road is?
Mm-hmm.
And, McKay Park.
Mm-hmm.
Right there on the corner, used to be a golf station.
Building's still there.
Is it still there?
Our baby.
Oh, okay.
Evidently, him and his buddy got it falling out, and they split, went separate ways. Daddy went to trade school when he first got out of the Navy. And, it was, the government paid for his schooling, and he was making woodwork. And I don't know why I keep forgetting this shit when these kids are born. It's probably illegal anyway. There's a baby bed up in the attic that he built while he was going through that technical work. But somehow he ended up in the gas business, blah, blah, blah. But, Mr. Reader was the same guy that he was a distributor, okay? And he distributed gas to a whole lot of filling stations. And he just happened to own a couple of them. And he knew Daddy from the filling station on Murphy Road, and he asked him if he would, go to McEwen and run a filling station for him. So that's what he did.
Okay.
And that's when I was born. At the filling station, run the filling station, and Mama pumped gas up to the day I was born. She started having labor pains, and Daddy put her in the car, go over to Waverly, and it was a family clinic kind of deal. One doctor and 2 or 3 nurses. But I was born at 2 o'clock in the morning. And Mama was out pumping gas the next day. So anyway, that's fair. You said something about insurance. That's part of it. Nanny Boone was a web. Okay? She was a web. She had 2 brothers. One of them lived in Brisbane and one of them lived in Memphis. One of them was married to a full-blooded Italian woman, and she would tell you real quick what she was thinking.
Not bad.
That was Uncle Dave's wife. Of course, everybody knows Uncle Barney ain't lit, right?
I do.
Anybody else want to ask that question? Or what's the deal with Aunt Libby?
She's probably
I don't know that my kids know her.
I mean, I've heard her, but
You
not
can-
like in depth.
Yeah, I know her, the name
Yeah,
myself, but I don't remember
You could put her and Sandy in the same room, they probably could each other.
No, I think they'd be best friends,
You think?
for sure.
What?
Put her and Sandy in the same room together.
Oh,
I think they'd be best friends.
oh, okay.
Grandma didn't speak real highly of Libby.
Okay.
No?
I do also remember that.
Mm.
She talked about how she was crazy or.
So Libby was married and family to Barney.
Yes, Libby was married to Barney, and she was a nut job.
He worked for White Company.
Yeah.
She did office, and it was, I don't know. That's neither here nor there, I guess, you know. So, Nanny Boone was a widow. And she had sisters, but she had, what do we call, what? Aunt Sally. Aunt Sally lived in East Nashville. And we'd go over and visit Aunt Sally sometimes. And this was, at that time, was thought of as kind of a high middle class. We'll go over there nowadays. So anyway, sometime around 42, 43, 44, somewhere along in there, we had 3 cousins that sang on the Grand Ole Opry. They were backup singers. They called themselves the Smith sisters because they were Smiths. Uncle Andrew Smith, I have no idea where they come from, but I knew they wouldn't get to us. So,
Grandma talked about the Smith sisters too.
Smith sisters. And I know where it is, but I'm not ever gonna be able to get it. Somebody, I think it was Mr. Bratton. He was kind of a fluent dairy farmer. And Mama and Jeanette Babbage. But at that time it was Jeanette Angel. They're from here. The Angels from here too.
He's gonna fall.
Well, Uncle Andrew worked at the bridge company. He was the tugboat operator, moved and all that shit. And during his lifetime at the bridge company, he found like 3 or 4 dead bodies.
Like downtown Nashville Bridge Company?
Yeah,
Okay.
it was that.
Uncle Andrew.
Uncle Andrew, Aunt Sally's husband. Aunt Sally. If you come along after that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so anyway. They lived, I'm remembered you on it, okay? Hooten House Road, okay? Down to the very end of Hooten House Road is a wood frame house set off to the right. And that's where Uncle Andrew and Aunt Sally and his kids lived before they moved to East Nashville. And there's Elvis in our family. Aunt Sally and Uncle Andrew had a son and named him Elvis. This is a long time before Elvis, right?
Yeah.
Always thought that was kind of funny. I got a cousin, Elvis. I won't leave nothing out here, but I need to go on to the other side, huh? I guess that's how many pages you got?
A few.
Okay, alright, let's go to other side of it.